the society around you is what many believe to be reality. Reality, the truth. But the truth is that that's just an illusion, and people are totally deluded. Most people in societies, ever more so as time goes by in the human world, are living in a fake, computer program-like set of habits and rules, and are governed by people who are seen to be in power or put in power over them. Human beings truly often are the victims of their own demise, their own destructiveness. Constantly breeding and constantly committing suicide. Genocide. People just killing themselves off. Like a cannibal-like germ that keeps spreading, it keeps eating itself away. All the problems that humans create for themselves are just that. All the worries in society, most of them are made up because without human society, in terms of modern society, all those skyscrapers you see, the human world, without that, there would just be a natural planet in space called Earth, or nameless, at least by humans. The animals and all the plants live in nature, peacefully, harmoniously. Human beings, as intelligent a species as they are, able to create amazing technologies and things, tools to help them live so much more effectively, are also fools to themselves and slaves to their own delusion, driven by fear, confusion and misinformation from their constant perception, from their own constant projection of what they will to be reality. And with all the many humans that form various groups, there is utter chaos and many kinds of realities that keep clashing. There is no order, only chaos. Ideas of morals come into their vision, like those rose-tinted sunglasses. Most people live by what they are told is right or wrong, by people that they choose to believe are in power as individuals, or by groups. But whether it be individuals or groups of individuals, it's fear that is driving them to fight for what they know in their minds is true. They see a monster, they fear it, and they decide to give their life up fighting it for a cause. They created the monster and they created the destruction that followed. People are living off of their own visions, an amazing thing which humans can do. Have visions, ideas from their imagination which they can work from to create different kinds of experiences that are as real as a human life can possibly be, even though a human's lifetime is limited in years. Many people worry and give up lots of energy and time and effort to try to deal with or change and manipulate things which are ultimately unnecessary, when there are always other ways. But in human society, with such controls amongst each other, it can mean life or death when living in such a concrete jungle, unless one is to run away from the modern human society and try to find a place in nature and try to live off the natural land and hunt to survive. Humans are like cannibalistic wolves. It's a natural thing. You will see children even having jealousy, envy, greed amongst each other and fighting over things. Could be toys, sweets, anything. And they grow up with this idea, and they see the same things in adults, the same traits. It's all a big confusion. Their minds in a twist. They are, and most people in the human society don't realize that everything in the human society is created, and they don't see that they are creating things which become the origins of what spawned the thoughts, the everyday thoughts in human beings' heads. You know, everyone knows this or that, but they don't think about the origin of where that came from. Ideas were spawned off of either other ideas or things that were man-made in the man-made society, the human society. Forms of jealousy and forms of emotions that may not even be real, in the fact that there was no need for them to be triggered, and they were created off of fakeness. Truth exists and fakeness does not. Fake, untrue. The opposite of truth, it just does not exist. That's why it's weak, and the only strength is reality. And nature is reality, the nature of all that exists. To go against nature, you truly lose. people have the ideas of right and wrong and winning and losing in human society, but nature is a way of sustaining and balancing everything out in a constant, most efficient way. Human beings make everything they see, even the problems that they bring themselves constantly. The way they style things, the style, the trends of the clothes, the habits, the businesses, everything that's created, it's all based off of a deluded, confused mind, mostly for making money or a better way of life, and the whole idea of being on that better side of the fence where the grass is greener. People have unnatural fears and discomfort in them, and some people will be as to go so far as to wanting to self-harm or kill themselves or give up on life because of the amount of stress that they have in them, and they'll feel that there's no reason to live or go on because they believe in such principles, if that's to be loosely used as a word here, but what they believe to be principles, and these principles are so grounded in their mind, so embedded, so true to them, that they believe there is no meaning in their life and no reason to live unless they live by these ways, that they need to prove their existence to other human beings or prove to themselves that they are worthy of living in this kind of human society at this point in time. People are told as they are growing up, and then you hear young people saying it too, that they want to grow up and they want to be someone in society, and they want to, be someone. They don't want to be a bum. So they'll fight and strive. They'll study things, formal studying, education, and some people will study other ways, just the ways of people and how other people get by, and they'll just follow each other around constantly. The whole idea of being an individual and having your own mindset, that doesn't seem to go very far, they feel. And many people will be bored, and they forget how to use their minds. Their minds are so occupied on other things that their actual human mind is lost, unless they are connected to this whole system, the whole system of what other human beings are doing. It could be using internet, social media stuff, technology. It could be that friends are hooked on alcohol or smoking or drugs, and people want to do what everybody else is doing and be there, and be where everybody else is headed, because that's where the high life is. That's where the chaos is. Sometimes you'll jump so high until one day you'll just hit your head on the ceiling to bring yourself back down to earth. Everything that's designed in the modern society is usually designed for a purpose. It's okay to be artistic if you have a natural artistic eye, or your five senses are literally able to recognize artisticness. But a lot of times it's brainwashing. It's with another human being's agenda behind it, for their own personal gain, where things are made to attract the eyes of people who are not true to themselves, but who are part of today's people, following trends and fashion and trends. What's popular? What is everybody else doing, you know? So, you know, products are made to fit the desires of people, not necessarily the needs, but what the perceived needs are by those people. And yeah, thus is the spiral of destruction of humanity. No natural flow of the way of the mind can lead absolutely only to no natural path for the human being to walk. So human beings live by a programmed mind, constantly being bombarded with information and fakeness. To snap out of that and step back into reality, into nature, is to truly be free.